All the way along the race, we see plastic bags, plastic or polystyrene boxes, all sorts of bits and bobs of plastic.
Cosmas Grelon and his father Philippe are among 20 teams who set out from Hong Kong's Victoria Harbour on March 27th for the 2024 edition of the Rolex China Sea Race. The Grelons have sailed together for 20 years, and along the way have become committed environmentalists after seeing how the oceans are increasingly littered with plastic. It is now one of the most serious environmental problems for Earth's waters. Every day, about 3.2 billion pieces of microplastics flow through drains and out to seas near Hong Kong alone, according to local researchers at City University. Plastic waste even affects sailing races in open waters.
So last year on our way down to the Philippines for the race, we got stuck in a big piece of plastic which slowed us down a huge amount and potentially prevented us from winning the race.
During the biannual race through the South China Sea, vessels sail 565 nautical miles in 4 to 5 days from Hong Kong to Subic Bay in the Philippines.
Usually people ask us if we are fighting on board, but we never fought, so that's all right. We are very complementary.
There's a sort of natural harmony between us, obviously being father and son. There's a sort of natural chemistry that goes on there, which is an advantage for us. And also the fact that we're just two on board, it makes communication a lot more simple. A lot of teams that we're racing against, their crews are between 6 to up to maybe 20 people on board.
According to a study by UK-based environmental consultancy Eunomia, 12 million tons of plastic flow into the world's oceans every single year. Another recent study estimates that over 170 trillion microscopic pieces of plastic are now present in the world's oceans.
All the way along the race, we see plastic bags, plastic or polystyrene boxes, all sorts of bits and bobs of plastic which end up, just breaking down into smaller pieces and then end up being in the fish's food, and then we end up eating the fish, so it ends up in ourselves. So it's really important that we try to raise more awareness about the negative impact of plastic on the oceans and try to reduce as much our consumption of it, and even more importantly, just making sure that we dispose of it properly. And so this year we decided, well, let's team up with a Plastic Ocean Foundation to fight against plastic.
The Hong Kong charity has been fighting the scourge of ocean plastic for over 10 years. A Plastic Ocean Foundation regularly organizes beach cleanups, as well as scientific initiatives, such as coral restoration. Their overall aims are to reduce plastic and restore marine ecology.
We believe that by reconnecting people and communities to the ocean, we can bring it back to its original health through advocacy, education, and through science. Just say no, and basically change the way we have got so used to using plastic. We're addicted to the convenience that plastic offers. And I think today, many people are already taking that first step of recycling, of bringing their own bottles, bringing their own shopping bag. All of that is really useful because once plastic gets into our waterways, it goes into the ocean, and it's very, 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 very hard to get it out. The detrimental effects of plastics going into our ocean is affecting the entire food chain. So therefore, ultimately, it's not good for the planet, and it's certainly not good for us.
The foundation organizes 1 Ton Less, an annual cleanup initiative that has evolved to collect far more than its initial target.
So here's a scary number. Last year, we removed 12 tons. That's a 2.5 times increase from the year before. We conducted over 100 beach cleanups with 30,000 people helping us, and we removed more rubbish than we did the year before. So clearly, we need to be doing a better job at making sure plastic does not get onto our shoreline and beaches, because our shoreline and our beaches are our last defense to plastic going into the ocean.
And I think, you know, it's important that we push on the education of the kids, the new generation, you know, just to explain that the sea is not a rubbish dump, and they have to be careful not to put the plastic in the sea, because the plastic in the sea will end up either in the fish or on the beach or on land, you know, and it's very, very bad for the environment. It will take years and years to degrade, you know. Myself, I've been in the waste management for all my life, professionally, so I know what it is in terms of plastic recycling. I know that we can do it, or at least we can avoid to use plastic, so, you know, it's important to push that angle.